Yeah. Yeah.
They should take it to 10.
Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the London Monarchs and our home team. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Check. Walk 54.
Hey. High 7. Hey, go.
Throwing on first down. Ledford. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
All day.
Hey, Delta.
Any day.
Get it.
Throwing again. Ledford. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Hey, Echo.
They'll run on first down. Holloway. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Let's go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Tight dog. 22 jet bomber. Hit it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready. 15 line. Hey, Alpha.
From the gun on third down. Ledford. It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On first down, it's Holloway. Pushing his way through, and he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10.
Ready?
From the gun, Ledford. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Second and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Trying to collect.
Bravo.
Fofo's the mic. Mike's Fofo. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
5.
Here's 2nd and 8. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
Look at me. Zipper.
Shit.
Now.
On 3rd down, Holloway. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in, announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown! A big play there. 77 yards. And his guys have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full speed.
Yep. Hey, Zoo.
Watch the slant.
Operating from the gun, Ledford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, Haywood! Go.
From the gun, Ledford. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Now on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Watch it.
2nd and 3. Going up top for Miller. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Ready?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Smooth. Big grip.
Off the play fake. Ledford. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Ready up.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Mike 54. Mike.
Hit it.
On 1st and 10, Ledford. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Hey, hold on.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball at the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On play action, they'll throw. Looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Hey, Charlie.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look and throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 46-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
22. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check.
80 weapon. Ready.
They'll run on first down. Britton. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's get that ball, dear. Let's get that ball right here.
On first down, it's Holloway. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Let's go now. 15 line. 15 line.
54. We got it.
Yes.
Mike, 54.
Hey, Foxtrot.
I'm coming after you. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Now.
To throw on 2nd down, Ledford. And he's got his man on the out route. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, wahoo!
Operating from the gun, Ledford. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. They put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown.
There we go. Nice move.
They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Set, ready? 30 base.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Yo, go, go.
Hey, one set. Check, Mike. 50.
Hey, high 7.
Coming this way. Here we go.
Get it.
On first down, Ledford. And he will find his man on the outside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Down. 60 or.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Hey, Delta.
Off play action. Ledford nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Hey, Echo.
throwing on 3rd and long. Ledford, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, yeah. Backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do? I've
had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That's a gain of 14.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Check three. Where'd he go?
Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
They can't hang with us. Mike 5-5. Defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
They'll look to throw here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Ready?
Throwing on first down. Ledford. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
And a decent little gain puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Fisher. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Fisher. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go now. Pittsburgh. Silver. Switch. Check it.
On third down, Fisher. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Off.
58, right over there.
Second and 2. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's third down and goal from the 2-yard line.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Kill. Ready. Stick sky. Shit. Let's go. Come on. Ready. Go.
They'll throw now on the final play. this one home. It's a touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. They'll try to left side. Fisher. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good gain of 12 yards that time.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll try to left side. Fisher. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one 28 yards on the ground.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd down, Cook trying to run inside, but nothing there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. It's Fisher. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. All things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. Happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And at the half, they discussed how they were going.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Fisher, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
I'm going to come back to you.
Now! Bravo!
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Mike 54.
To throw from his end zone. Ledford. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On the ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
We got to get to the ball, G. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Out.
Topper! Hey, exit.
From the gun, Ledford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm going to hit you.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Go.
Go back. We got motion. Back up.
Mike 22 is coming. 22's coming. Mike. Go.
Off the play fake. Ledford. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Ready, set.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Move. We got three, fellas. We got three.
Hey, zoom. Mike 22 is coming. 22's coming. Mike. Get it.
Operating from the gun. Ledford. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check nickel. Kill. Hey. Come.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
And 60 Pittsburgh.
Come on now.
Look at me. Zipper. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Here we go.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 22, Mike 22.
Hit it.
Looking to throw on second down. Ledford. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Yep. Smooth. Come on, boy.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
Go.
Mike 22, Mike 22.
Hey, seam 6. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
It's been a long day.
Let's go.
From the gun, Ledford. Throwing right, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Rush in.
Greystone travel.
He's coming. Double up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie. Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Holloway. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Check. Watch 54. Check.
Hey, Foxtrot.
One set. Check Mike 54. And let's get this.
Hey, Wahoo.
Mike 54.
Mike.
To throw on second down. Ledford looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And a quick throw here. That's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
Come on, set. 60 or.
I'm coming.
Buzz.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Man out.
Looking to throw on second down. Ledford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Holloway. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Ledford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll run on 1st down. Fisher. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fisher. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. 4th down now after a loss of 2. That last play, though, not indicative of the night he's had running the football.
No, you're exactly right about that, because all through this evening, it's been their night, hasn't it? One play here, they get it against them. I wouldn't worry about that very much at all. Just continue to do what they've been doing.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll come on to kick this one away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Back to throw. Ledford. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Echo.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Ledford, now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Let's go.
On 1st down, Fisher. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
We want it. Come to my world.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fisher. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
They'll take over.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
You ain't doing nothing today. Yes. Hey, Alpha. Fight.
From the gun, Ledford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Kenny Moore. They find some open field here. 20, 10, and this results in 6. Touchdown.
Good job. Good job.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
played it all the way to the end. And, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for our visitors, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And now they get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.